This morning we're out at Warrior Village where our Get Back Up program has been taking place, and this is a good friend and also management at the Board of Water and Light. Tony recently had the Board of Water and Light charitable golf outing where you and your team decided to donate to My Heroes Haven $17,000. So Tony drove out here and presented us the check, and we just want to say thank you and also just ask kind of a real blunt question. What made you choose us?
So, as you know, but for all of you, I met Kyle through a gentleman who actually completed the program, the Get Back Up program. And so I was more intrigued by the story. The gentleman had a service animal, but the bigger story that he told me was the gentleman that got him the service animal. It happened to be Kyle. You guys were running a marathon, if I'm not mistaken, right? And he was struggling. And you stepped in and you, essentially, long story short, you were the reason he was responsible for getting that service animal and, more importantly, saving his life. And so I thought a story like that, I had to meet this person. Who is this gentleman who would do that for someone? Because I have that same passion, that same heart. And so when I had the opportunity to meet you and see how genuine you were, I had no other opportunity to switch from who we were donating to something that was more local, something that was near and dear. Not just because of who I am, but for the organization I work for. Our slogan is to make sure that we're following up with our hometown people, hometown power. And so I wanted to keep in line with that and make sure that we're working with organizations that are more local and something we can relate to. And the fact that we could give money to an organization where we can see what it's doing. And most importantly, with a 99% success rate, you're saving lives of people that are heroes to us. And so we're very thankful and we're truly honored. It's not how we picked you. It's I think God put us in your presence.
Yeah, awesome. This is great. Well, thank you. This money is going to be the fuel that helps save more people. And sometimes we say if you can just save one, and I think the gentleman that we were talking about, our mutual friend, who is still a very close friend of ours, who's doing very well in life. So I think this is a perfect example of when we ask the question, suicide prevention program, where roughly 135 people are impacted by one suicide, but nobody's really asking the question, or we like to ask the question of how many people are going to be impacted if just one person chooses to live. And I think that gentleman is a perfect example of it. Your charitable donation is an example of it, that this goes way beyond us. God orchestrated, and we're believing that thousands and hundreds of thousands of people are going to be impacted from this as we continue to move forward. So thanks again. We love you guys and what you've done for us, and we're just very thankful for the relationship.